Well, that was kind of cool. Wait, I'm looking somewhere else. This is my camera now, right? Okay, tonight I'm on the tablet and it looks like the tablet has a lot more features than yeah, I can present whatever that means. Hi, Dayanara. I hope I said that right. Dayanara, right? I keep looking to my phone camera. It's not there. What a trip. How is everyone? And it says there's nobody here, but I know Dayanara is. Yeah, so tonight I want to play around. I want to play around with the tablet this time, and and I don't know if the mic is working. It says it's working, and it must be working because you're saying yep. And I don't know, like I'm probably not going to try too many things. I don't want to like mess up too bad because I have some things I want to talk about tonight. And one of the things is something I showed you kind of completed last night. Well, it's almost all the way completed tonight. It's kind of wet molding right now. I'm kind of squishing it down, but I got it together. And I don't have the edge done yet right here, but I got it stitched. I can't put the knife in it because it's wet, but I got it molded to the knife a little bit. I might have to put a piece inside here and then do a stitch right here to tighten it up. I'm not sure yet how that's going to go, but this is what it looks like so far. Cool. I'm all good. That's good. Cool. So this is the knife sheath so far. If it winds up being too loose and I can't put a little piece in there and then sew that to tighten it up, I might have to replace this, like make another one. The first one I made a first one, and it was so tight when I put it in, it cut the blade cut through right there. I mean, it just went right through. So I had to make a second one, and I thought, wow, that was so tight. I better make this one a little bit looser. So I gave it a little more play, and now this one's not. This one's kind of loose, but I'm hoping the water. I push the knife in and put where the handle is, and then I'm squeezing it down. And when it dries, it'll shrink and tighten up. I'm hoping that'll do it. If not, then I'll put a little spacer in there and I'll put a second row of stitches right here. And I know that will do it. And if it doesn't, I'll make another one. But this is it so far. And then this is what I was talking about last night. I was talking about a sheath I made for the buck. And this is the buck. It's kind of tight. It'll loosen up. But this is the sheath I made for the buck. And called a pancake sheath. And this is the Buck Light, Buck 110 Light. You can kind of hear that. It pops right in. It's beautiful, I think. And it's more of a tan color or a brown, light brown. Hi, Christine. Yeah, my topics, I still talk about everything that he does. I'm not into the political stuff so much. Maybe I should be. But I still talk about Bigfoot, and right now UFOs are off the charts, and so are the drones. I have a feeling on the drones, what they're going to do is they're getting ready to talk about aliens, and they're going to bring that out, that they know about it. I'm not sure if the drones are ours, or I'm hearing they might be from Syria or someplace, and they have a mothership out in the ocean and they're flying them over. But I'm not real sure about how all that goes. Hey, Cold Warrior, I see you in there. Hey, buddy. But yeah, so this is the knife sheath that I made for the 110. Yeah, and some of the reasons why I don't talk about all the I have a lot of interests, and I thought about starting a new channel to talk about leather and knives and guns. I know I shouldn't say that, but those are my interests. Outdoor things for outdoor, like carrying knives, and I like to make my own sheaths. I don't know it. I know that isn't interesting to everybody, but it's my interest. And but I will talk about Bigfoot, and you can look at the titles when I'm talking Bigfoot or aliens, or I kind of want to get Donald Marshall back and talk about cloning. That is right now is the number one video that people are searching my website, my channel for, is cloning. That one in the last 3 months has become very popular. And I'm not sure if he'll do it, but in light of what's going on in the geopolitical, I think he might want to come on and chat with me. I stay up on, I keep up with him. And so I think it would be interesting to have Donald Marshall come on. And if he doesn't come on, then I'll just talk about cloning, because I know a lot about it and I follow it a lot. Yeah, right, huh? But, if everything he says is true, I understand I would have a drug or alcohol problem if I was being cloned multiple times, and then every time you go to sleep, they take you to where they call it the cloning station, or the arena, and then beat you up and kill you, and maybe do it several times over the night, kill like 5 clones, stab you. What he's saying right now is he's saying that the royals are, and some of these rich elites are stabbing him and beating him up, cutting his arms off and stuff like that. I know it's not, this is kind of gross, but that's what he's talking about right now. And he's kind of talking about maybe something might be coming. In fact, he had a number, I think it was number 7 is what he posted, 7. And I don't know what that means yet, but it's interesting. It's an interesting topic. It's really interesting when you think about if what he's been saying over the years is true. There's a lot of P. Diddy's, right? And other famous people. So when they arrest this Diddy or Jay-Z or whoever, are they getting the real one, the original one? Or is the original one already gone and we're already looking at clones? And or is the clone going to be the one that goes to the spa? You know where I'm talking about, the spa, the YMCA. And then so they call the Get place Mo. You know what I'm talking about, that Get place Mo place. Back in the early 1900s, that was the YMCA of Cuba. And is that why Trump plays the YMCA song on every one of his things? The YMCA, right? Is that why he's sending a message to all these people that they're getting ready to go to the spa? That they're all going to be rounded up? And then if they round them up, are they getting the original person, or are they getting a clone? I mean, it's something to think about, right? And I've been keeping up with this, and I think I'm gonna dedicate uh, one day just to talk about that, and go more in depth in it. But it's something to think about. If you guys want me to do that, I don't know if you guys are interested. If you guys want me to do that, type down in the comments after this, or if you watch this later, or the people, let me know if that's a thing, because I'll try harder to get that going sooner. I actually think there's something coming before the end of the year. I don't think we have much time left on the earth. And if it goes past the end of this year, sometime next year, we're at the end of time. And I don't think at the end of this age, I don't think we have much time left. And so I think that's where we're at. But there could be a lot of this information, like the clones and all this information that might come out before the end of the age of this sixth day, because we're at the end of we're at the end of 6,000 years, and I mean any minute it could be the end. I know that we're at the end of a Ona as well, and like an Ona is a 500-year cycle, okay, and this year is the year of the dragon. And every 500 years, the dragons have a battle. And we've been under the red dragon. I think the white dragon won. The last time the white dragon was in charge, it was in charge for 2 Onas. So 1,000 years. There's a whole bunch of stuff about that. It's not easy to find. But if you're interested in that kind of thing, you might want to look up the dragon thing. And I've been talking about this for a decade, about the dragons, the reptilians. When you start talking about reptilians or dragons, it's a thing. It's a thing in every country. When you go to China, they have dragons. Japan, dragons. When you go to India, they have the 7-headed snake, right? The cobras with the 7 heads. When you go to South America, you have the dragon, that Kubal Khan, or whatever his name, whatever. They're all over the world. Even in England, the knights used to slay the dragons. King Arthur and the dragons. Dragons are a thing. This year is the year of the dragon. It's also the end of a 500-year cycle of this, which dragon rules, the red dragon or the white dragon. You can look that stuff up. It's really interesting. I want to do an in-depth on this one too. So if cloning and dragons or reptilians, the aliens are supposedly reptilian as well, right? And in the cloning area, Donald Marshall talks about the reptilians actually are in charge of the cloning thing. Something he came out with a few years ago, that the reptilians, right? The reptilians go way, way, way back. I actually think there's something else. I would love to go more in depth on that. Maybe I'll do something on that as well. I don't have a whole lot of time today to talk about stuff like that, but I will. I would love to get into that. And no, I want to make some notes and things so that I can stay on track and cover all the things that I would, the information that I want to let everybody know about, because I know not a lot of people are up on this cloning thing, or even the reptilians for that matter. But you guys know I am. I am. Yeah. So okay. So this is the 110, and this is the sheath. Hey Daytona, buddy, how you doing, man? Your last video was great. You're starting to. I love that you guys you're finding stuff that's deeper, older. Some of the coins are older. That's so cool, man. But yeah, so this is the 110 sheath I made, and it's dry now, and it holds this. This is the buck 110 light. This is my beat up buck. And what I was talking about the other last night was having knives that don't cost a lot of money that you're not afraid to use, right? I was carving the leather sheath that I just showed you. I actually carved this out with this. But yeah, so that's what I got here. It goes just like that. This is called a pancake style. Okay. So, hey Chris, if you think the reptilians are the fallen angels themselves, I actually do believe that, and that's where I would be going with that, because I'll get into it on another day, and we'll go in depth, and we'll just make that the topic, the reptilian thing. I've been trying to keep it light lately. YouTube's been kind of shitty to people, and if you don't follow their rules, and they don't really, I mean, they spell out the rules kinda, but there's certain words they flag. And so I would want to, when I do that one, I would want to simulcast to Rumble. And I haven't really done much with Rumble. I created the channel. I just have to input it into this StreamYard thing. I'm loving the StreamYard. Oh my gosh. This one, the tablet has all kinds of stuff. But so yeah, I will do that. Stay tuned or whatever. Keep your eye out for that. I'll be doing that probably before Christmas. We'll talk about the reptilian thing. And even I might even be able to get Donald Marshall before then. I'm not sure, and I'm not even sure if I can get him. He got mad at me. He was drinking, and hey, there was a person that was asking some questions to him, and he just went off on the dude. And it was somebody that had no idea what was going on. And I understand it gets tiring explaining yourself over and over and over. But he was being really harsh to this guy, and I just told him, hey, you don't have to be that cold, dude. And he blocked me. I mean, he didn't block me, but he unfriended me. I could still follow him. I could still read everything. I just can't comment anymore. And he explained to me in an email why, that he did that. But only, that's I don't think that it's a forever thing. I can still email him and chat with him, and I can see if he'll come on and talk about it. I just wanted to stand up for that guy, and I probably shouldn't have. I should have just kept my mouth shut, let bygones be bygones or whatever. But yeah, so that's where we are on that. Oh, I was telling you that me and my wife, we're gonna have our 47th anniversary 47th anniversary coming up on December 17th. And I found a picture of in 1980 of, we were only married maybe 2 years, 3 years, and we're in Oregon. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. We were just kids. We were just kids. That's me and my wife in 1980. I was just a skinny little dude, and we've been together a long time, and it's been a wild ride. 6 kids, three of our own kids, three brothers they were my cousins, and we took them in 1987 and raised them as our own. So we have 6 kids. We now have over 25 or 6 or 7 or 8 grandkids, 2 great grandkids, and 2 great grandkids on the way, two great grandsons. And I don't know, just been a wild ride, 47 years, 47 years. But I thought I would share that with you guys too, since I brought it up, and show a little bit of what we looked like in 1980. That's either 79 or 80. It was right before Mount St. Helens blew up. So I think that was 1980. And we had an upstairs apartment, and we were standing on the balcony right there in Ashland, Oregon, way back a long time ago. But interesting. I think it's interesting. Okay, so I wanted to show, see, here's another knife sheath I made. Just a plain Jane one. And this is for a knife that I got for me. Somebody gave me. And it has my motto on it on both sides. And it's a Damascus blade. Full tang. Real nice. And this one's a compression fit as well. It's just something I made real quick, Thank you. Thank you. So one of the things, now that we're talking leather, I got to sharpen up a swivel knife. And this is how you cut. Swivel knives are how you put designs in leather. And this is a belt design I'm working on. I'm practicing a little bit because I don't feel like, I'm totally practicing and trying different colors and different ways of doing it. I like that one a lot, the color of it. But you use the swivel knife to carve the designs in, and I got to sharpen it today, and I polished it. Total polish. It has to be polished so that it carves in really good. I'm not all the way done. There's some scratches in it, but they're very minute and shallow. It's polished pretty good. Now this swivel knife, this part spins. So you hold it like this. And when you're doing curves, you spin with your fingers. I have another one that I need to sharpen, and I might have to buy a jig for it because it's kind of hard to sharpen. But this is more like a pencil. You hold it like a pencil, and you can tell I need to work on the blade. It's fairly sharp, but this part turns. This one's new to me. The other one I've used ever since I was 8 years old. This one I never used before, so I'm having to learn to practice with it. It makes curves better. It makes tooling easier. And Dwayne Watts, for anybody that's leather that's tuning in, this is Dwayne Watts. Look him up. These are like $125. Excellent blade. But I thought I would share, since I'm on knives, I might as well share swivel knives. So those are 2 of the knives. So what I really wanted to talk about was knives that you don't mind beating up. When, like, some people, they buy real expensive knives. Here's the other knife. This is the one I shared last night. This one's I had built, and I've got the mirror polish blade, carbon fiber. I chose the blue spacer, but I had this one made in the pro shop. So now this one, I had this one made with Squatch. Now, am I backwards on this camera? I am. What the heck? Okay, I have to figure that out. This one also has Bigfoot. Where is it? It's on this side. It's got Bigfoot in it. And this one's got aluminum handles. I didn't pick the spacer. I just had the Squatch put on it. And this one was in the glass, you know, where they have all their knives displayed, a display. And I seen it, and he had it open like this, laying in there, and I could see the Bigfoot on it. I didn't know it was for sale. And he says, when I came back, I told him, like, I was getting ready to leave, and I told him, before I leave, can I look at this? Right? I just wanted to get up close and look at the Bigfoot and all this on it. And he told me, I was looking at it, and he says, "Oh, that's for sale." I was like, "For sale?" Then all that night, all I could think about was this knife, and I had already spent way too much money, but I went back the next day and I bought it, and I had him put the Squatch on it, the name Squatch. I can't believe this is backwards. What the heck? So these are, like, I will carry. Now this one I won't carry. This one's going to be put away. It's just a collector knife. This one I'm going to carry. It was on sale and then custom made. It's not backwards. What the heck? Does it say buck on it? Backwards, right? Huh. Maybe I'm just seeing it backwards. I don't know. Let's see. Huh. Wow. Okay. Well, so this is the one I will carry. I'm going to carry this one, and I will abuse it and use it. But Walmart, they sell some knives, and these are Ozark Trails, $5. $5. I use them on my bench. I cut everything with them. The blade doesn't stay sharp that good. But $5, you can beat the crap out of these and ruin them and throw them away and not worry about it. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about, why would you go and get $100 knife and then put it in your pocket and then do things with it that would destroy the knife? This one's a deep carry. See how that one's way up there? That's called a deep carry. This one, not so deep, right? This is where it would ride on the pocket, so this much sticks out of your pocket. It's never in my pocket. Never in my pocket. But these are the kind of knives, you can beat them up, you can do whatever, you can run over them, you can drop them out of the car, you do whatever. $5. You can't beat that. It's perfect for destroying, right? And doing anything, cutting whatever with it. So then I have another one. This one's like $40. It's nice. I mean, I'm going to make a sheath for it. I'm going to be giving this away on this channel. I'm going to make a sheath probably similar to this, but I'm going to give this away on the channel. But it's about $40. The sheath is okay, but it's not. This isn't even real leather in here. It's like a foam inside of here. But it's M390 steel. I hope you guys can read that and it's straight, right? M390 steel. It's not bad. $40. Take it camping. It's pretty sharp. It probably doesn't keep an edge for a long time, but perfect for camping and beating up. Perfect. Why would you take your $150, $200 knife out and then destroy it or mess it up when you can go buy a $40 one that's nice and beat it up, right? Go and beat it up. So this one I'm going to be giving away on the channel. I have another one. I didn't bring it out, but I'm going to give that away too. I'll change the lanyard. This is a cheap little string. I'll put a real lanyard in it. But then I have this one. I think this one was $12 on sale. So like $29, $29 not on sale, $12 on sale, 1 day sale. And it's huge blade, almost 7 inches. It's probably not the best steel, but it's another one you could take out camping, saw wood, hack things, beat it up, right? Destroy it. It has a nice edge on it. It probably won't hold the edge for a long time, but these are the kinds of things, and I'm going to give this away as well on the channel. It's full tang. I'm going to make a sheath for it, and I'm going to give this away on the channel too. I wanted to do it before Christmas, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. I am slammed with leather projects for people, and I'm probably not going to finish all of them before Christmas, but I would love to. But that's what I was talking about when I talk about there's knives you can get. They're perfectly good. You could hammer them. You can do anything with camping, chop down a tree, whatever. And you don't mind what you do to it. Hey, Nuck, what's up? Nuck Levy. Last night my mic wasn't working, but tonight it is. I didn't realize my mic wasn't working until I loaded it onto YouTube, and I replayed it a little bit just to make sure everything was okay with, because I never use live stream like that on my phone. And I realized I stood up and my microphone wasn't on. And then I realized that I was using the mic off of the phone. But hopefully this is working. It says it's working. It's wireless. These are excellent microphones if you guys are into that. Beautiful sound. And they're the Rode Wireless Pro. But they don't sponsor me. Nothing I'm sharing is sponsored, okay? But it's something I've been doing this a long. I've been around the world with a camera, and I know microphones and cameras and stuff, and they're excellent. In fact, right now I'm selling. If any of you guys, I'm selling my FLIR thermal camera. I hardly ever use it. It's for squatching. Bigfoots don't know when you're using that. It's great for people that are researching Bigfoot. I'm selling it right now. I have it listed for $350, but I'll take $300. That's low as I'll take, though. It cost me almost $700, like $699. It maybe has an hour on it. And I keep the batteries at 50%. That way the batteries are still tip top. And I know how to take care of stuff. Believe me, it's just like brand new in the box, everything with the charging cable. I'm selling that. First person with $300 takes that away. I love I ever since I was a kid, I've been into hunting and all that, camping. Hey Biff, what's up, man? Biff, he is my brother right there. So I've been into this stuff ever, like with Bigfoot. When I was a kid growing up, we we grew up in the mountains, and as even like that, I far back as I can remember, and then I was told I was in a playpen with my dad's best friend's son, and these guys spent every available moment in the mountains, and we hunted everything: rabbits, birds, big game, squirrels, and we ate everything that we hunted. We didn't hunt anything that you can't eat. So from the time, I mean, they would take me hunting with them when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At 12, I I was given my very first rifle, hunting rifle. When I was 7, I got a 22 caliber rifle, but I wasn't allowed to hunt until I was 12. Before that, I had one of those military rifles. All you old guys will remember. It was a rifle and it had a wooden bullet that was painted gold in the bolt. I carried that. I always carried a rifle all the time, but it wouldn't go bang until I was 7. Then I got the 22. I got a Winchester 22. It was a bolt action with a 5-round magazine, and it was stolen. But I had that one. It was actually my grandfather's 22, so it was already old by the time I got it at 7. And then back in the early 90s, I had all my guns stolen, everything stolen, and I'm still recovering from that, believe it or not. You know, it it is what it is, though. You can't take it with you. And we're at the end of the age, I think. We're running out of time. Things don't mean anything to me because we're out to move on, I think. And it's an interesting time to be alive. I think a lot of people in the past were looking forward to being alive today and wanted to be alive today. I think a lot of people that are alive today wish they weren't alive at the moment. And that seems weird to me. I feel like we're in a wonderful time. Here I am live on a camera and could be seen all over the world almost instantaneously, maybe with a 1 minute delay, and everybody can watch me. Or anyone. Anyone can do it with their cell phone. Anyone with a cell phone can be live instantaneously around the world. No other time in history have we been able to do that, right? Yeah, I thought we would have flying cars too. But we do have a lot of Star Trek stuff, like the phone. It's almost, I think it's better, probably better than the, the, what do they call it? The communicator. It might not have all the capabilities of the communicator. Hey, Frankie, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless all of you. But yeah, I think we're in a great time to be alive. I'm probably not going to go Sasquatching as much as what I used to do because I feel like The unknown part of it, the only reason I even will go now is to help people that are having problems with Bigfoot. Because I know how to kind of stop the Bigfoots from doing the things they do. And it going along with the end of the age thing, there is so many sightings of Bigfoot now. Back in the 80s, or really when the internet started, there still wasn't that many people that saw Bigfoot. I talked to everybody in the mountains, and it was rare to come across somebody that actually saw one. Now, it's crazy how many people are going out and looking for them and finding them. And I think anybody could find them, no matter where you are. You can find them. They're along the waterways, the power line, transmission lines, where the high power lines go, where the big tower ones. Find a waterway and those where they intersect, and I would start right there. Creeks, canals, lakes, ponds, anywhere where there's wild areas or where they can get to it, like within a mile or two of a wild land, they can get there. And then you don't have to stay right there. You can follow that creek or river all the way into a city, and they'll be all along there. So you could even start there. It would be easier to start figuring them out if you don't have any experience at all, more further out. But if you want to start right in the city, you can, because they're there. You just have to be really aware and know how to look for sign of them. So like you need to learn a little bit of technique, but it isn't impossible. And you never know, you might luck out like on your very first time out and have them right there, messing with you. So yeah, but I think that's about it for me. I covered about everything I wanted to cover. And I mostly wanted to try this StreamYard on the tablet. And it's amazing what all I can do on here. I don't really want to mess around because this one I've gone pretty far. I should have messed around in the very beginning. But I think I'm gonna pick a warmer time to be outside and do it just to play with the one on the tablet. It has a whole lot more. It looks like maybe the computer, maybe. Hard to tell. But it's a good test run. Like Cold Warrior said, let's see. I can go like that. It's a nice test run. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Happy Our Lady of Guadalupe. I don't even know who that is. I never really went to church or anything. I am self-taught on everything. The only like religious or churchy stuff, I really have never went to church. I learned the hard way. I had to die and be sent back. And that's how I learned about God. That and before that, I was a bad person and had a habit, and I cried out to God and asked him if he was real. If you're real, can you really? I need help because I can't stop. And he was real, and I found out he was real, but I wasn't real dedicated to it. But then when I died and came back, I had visited the other side, and I realized this place we're in right now is temporary, and it's real temporary. Like, we are really immortal. We don't die. We absolutely don't die. We live forever. We absolutely live forever. Try to get that through your brain. We live forever. This is a temporary little, I think of it like a little sandbox. This is where we learn to treat people right and or not, but this is where we learn. And when we get on the other side, that's where you either get rewarded for whatever you did or you get bad boy, like you don't get rewarded. And it's so important to learn to play nice in the sandbox here. Some of the idle words, this is something a lot of people don't know. Words are like guns, they hurt. You can hurt somebody to the bone with a word. Idle words are what you're going to be held your words is what you're going to be held accountable for on the other side. A lot of things that we say without even thinking about it, we're going to be held accountable because we don't know how many people we've hurt flippantly saying stupid stuff that we didn't even think second about it. Like, we let it fly and we went on and we didn't even give it a thought. And then there's some times where we said things and we meant them to hurt. And it may have hurt somebody for their entire life, right? It actually is, Cold Warrior. It actually is. And that's just one of the many things when you get on the other side, you learn that we should have learned to control and do here, right? Because we know, inherently, we know if we're bad or good. We know. We don't need a Bible to tell us. We don't need a preacher to tell us. We know already. And that there lies the learning in the here. We'll learn a whole lot more on later because we're going to be we are immortal. We live forever. Something to think about. And Jesus is real. We wouldn't even have Christmas if it wasn't for that. Even though people say Christmas isn't about, of course the devil tries to change everything about Jesus. You can't, there's dumbs, deep underground bases, military bases, where they can't even say it like Jesus Christ, they can't even say that. They're not allowed to say that word. You can't even say it like a cuss word. You're not allowed to say that name. Why? You could say Allah, you could say Buddha, you can say whatever you want. You cannot say that. And these are where aliens are. Aliens can't handle that name. Think about that. You can look up what I'm saying. It's a thing. Why? Why is that? Because it's real. Maybe you got to die like me and go on the other side to find out he's real and he really did live and he gave up his life for us so that we could live and be there, go there and be with them. Rejecting him is rejecting life, all of your life, your whole immortal life. And Christmas time is a big reminder that of his story. It may not be the day that he was born, but it's a day that most people on earth celebrate that. Sure, there's some that don't believe and they want to turn it into Krampus or whatever, other thing, or they don't want to say Merry Christmas, or you can't say, you have to say Happy Holiday, or see how they twist everything. Anything that has any relation to the real subject of why, they try to subvert it. Why? If it was about Buddha, I don't think we would have to do anything. We could say whatever we want, but it's not about Buddha, so we got to subvert that. We have to not make it about that, Well, anyways, I digress. But in that line, I want everybody to know I pray for you, Biff, buddy. I pray for you guys, all your health, abundant blessings on all of you. abundant blessings on your health, abundant blessings on your holidays, your relationships, your job, your home life. In Jesus' name, be abundantly blessed in your health, every area of your life. And especially Biff, I pray for you guys. You guys are amazing. God has many, many blessings for you. You haven't even realized yet, and you will, though. And I pray all this in Jesus' name. But I gotta go. My fingers are cold. The only thing sticking out, my nose and my fingers, and I'm cold. It's cold out here. But you guys all have, if I don't, I'm gonna be back before Christmas, but if you don't come back before Christmas and this is the last one you catch, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and be blessed for every area of your life.